All right, time to move on to our fourth type that we can do. So far, again, we've had combination synthesis. That's where they go together and end up making a new compound out of two elements. We had decomposition. That was our second one, where a compound breaks apart and makes two individual elements. And our last one was single replacement. We had something that was all by itself. Then we have a compound, and that one that's all by itself is going to go in and it's going to replace something that's inside that compound. If it's going to replace the positive piece, if it's positive. If it's negative, it's going to replace the negative. Right? That was single replacement. Now our fourth type is double replacement. In the notes, what I actually gave is I just gave you some equations. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at those and see how those ended up going together. Right? So the very first one, we have H2SO4 plus AlOH3. I know in your notes I gave you the other side, but I want you to be able to see this step by step now. What ends up happening in this is really, just like the word up there says, it's a double. It's two single replacements. Right? And at first it looks really, really intimidating. You're like, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff? But if you break it down in what we've been trying to learn in here, it actually should be pretty easy, I hope. All right? What you do is you have to look at this guy over here and go, well, where's the positive piece? Well, this guy right here, that's positive 1, hydrogen. And SO4 from your polyatomic ion chart, he's a negative 2. If it helps, I'm going to put him in parentheses just so we can see that, yep, that's a polyatomic ion. Then I got this one, Al, he's a plus 3 from the periodic table. Then we got OH that's in parentheses, that's a negative 1. All right. So there's my four things. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the two positives, this guy and this guy, and we're going to get them two to trade places. Oh, that felt good. So all we're going to do is take two positives and trade places. Now, when you do this, an important piece, and this is the one part that some people get confused on, is you're not going to trade, you're not going to bring any numbers across unless it comes from this polyatomic ion chart. That's the only time I'm going to bring numbers across. So numbers that are not from that polyatomic number chart or polyatomic ion chart do not come over. All right, so the H is going to join up with OH. So we're going to go H and OH. Oops, wait, let me do it the way in which I did it in the notes. So we're going to do the Al first, and we'll have it the same way you got. So the Al is going to join up with the SO4. So we get Al joins up with SO4. Now notice I did bring that 4 across only because he was that's one of the polyatomic ions, right? And now we're going to join that to the H and the OH. So the H joins up with OH. And now notice I did not bring this 2 across because that 2 came from that negative 2. I didn't bring the 3 across because that came from the positive 3 of the aluminum. So I end up with HOH, which really, what is HOH? Well, that's actually 2 H's and 1 O. What's an H2O? Well, that's water. This is just another way of writing water is HOH. All right, now what I got to do is go through and do my charges. So aluminum here, he's a plus 3. SO4 is a negative 2. Now, those guys don't cancel each other. So we're going to bring the 2 over here. We're going to bring the 3 over here and make it Al2SO4 3. Then we do this. This is plus 1 and OH is negative 1. So that's my formula, which is HOH or H2O. All right. Now all that's left is balances. So we'll go back to the very beginning of this. These guys look really intimidating because there's so much stuff. But again, just do it step by step and it'll fall right in place. So we got 2 H's. Then I got an S and 4 O's. Plus, I got an Al, and I got an O and an H, but I got that 3 times. That's going to be equal to this one, which is an Al and an Al. I got an S and 4 O's, but 3 times. Plus, I got an H, an O, and an H. So there's all my bubbles. All right, so rules were start with the first element all the way over to the left, leave hydrogen and oxygen till last. So my first element is hydrogen, so we're going to skip that, we're going to do the S's. So I got 1 S, I got 1, 2, 3 S's. So I need some more of this guy. So we're going to go H, H, S, O, O, O. I need another one, 2 H's, an S, and 4 O's. So I got 1, 2, 3 S's, 1, 2, 3 S's. All right, skip the O's. Al is my next one. 1 Al, 1, 2 Al. Oops. I'm going to turn my lights back on. All right, so got one AL, two ALs, so I need another one of this guy. So I need an AL, an OH, OH, OH. So I got two ALs, two ALs. All right, all that's left is H's and O's. So let's do H's first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need 12 H's. I only got 2. So there's 4, there's 6, there's 8, 10, 12. So that gets my H's even. Now the only thing that's left now is O's. So O's, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 18. This side I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's all even. Now all I gotta do is go through and put down my numbers. So I got 1, 2, 3 of this guy, 1, 2 of this guy, 1, leave it blank, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 of that guy. There's my balanced equation. All right. So again, if you just do it step by step, they aren't as bad as they look. Even though when you first write it out, oh my word, they look really intimidating. But just step by step, and it looks great. And it works out. All right, let's do the second one that's on your notes. All right, second one, we got KOH plus H3PO4. All right, so we go to this one and go, what's my positive piece? Well, it's the first thing, the K, that's my positive. Then we got this OH, that came from the polyatomic ion, page 147. That's my -1. So in this one, I got H, that's +1. The PO4, that's my polyatomic ion, that's a -3. So now the two positives are going to trade. The K and the H are going to trade. So I'm going to get K joins up with PO4. Again, I bring the 4 across only because it's from the polyatomic ion chart. All right, that page 147 that I always refer to. Then we go plus the H joins up with OH. Oh, we're back to that guy again. HOH, otherwise known as water. Now I have to go and identify charges. This guy is +1. PO4 is -3. Oh, those don't cancel. So I got to bring the 3 over here. The 1 goes there, stays blank. And this one is what it is, +1, -1, so that's HOH. Now all that's left, balance this guy. So let's balance him. I've got a K, an O, and an H plus. I've got 3 H's, a P, and 4 O's. That's going to be equal to, oops, that doesn't really look like a K, does it? So I got a K, K, and a K, and a P and 4 O's, plus, got an H, an O, and an H. All right, we start with the first element all the way over here, which is K. I got 1 K, I got 1, 2, 3 Ks. So I need some more of this guy. There's 2. There's 3 Ks. Skip the O's and the H's, we'll go over the P's. 1 P, 1 P, that's good. All right, let's do the H's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 2. There's 4. There's 6 H's and 6 H's. Now what's left is O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my answer. So I go back in the 1, 2, 3, put a 3. 1, leave it blank. 1, leave it blank. 1, 2, 3, and 3 of that guy. And there's my answer. All right, we got 1 left. I think I got enough time to do it and make this one video. Because again, I can't go over 15 minutes, otherwise I got to make 2 videos. Right now I'm at 9:16. All right, so we got SrBr2 plus NH4 2CO3. All right, so again, identify charges. This guy is +2, this guy is -1. NH4 from the polyatomic ion, that's +1. CO3, that's -2. If you want, again, we can put that in parentheses so you can see it. All right, so I'm going to take my 2 positives, trade places. I'm going to get NH4, and that's going to join up with Br. Plus, and I get Sr joining up with CO3. And I brought over the 4, because he's from the polyatomic ion. I brought over the 3 because it was the polyatomic ion also. All right, then do my charges. This guy is +1, this guy is -1. That's my formula for him. This guy is +2, this guy is -2. That's my formula for that one. So now all that's left is balance this guy. So we've got an SR and 2 BRs. Plus, oh my goodness, this thing's really big, an N and 4 H's. I got that twice. And I got C and 3 O's. That's equal to an N and 4 H's and a BR plus an SR, a C and 3 O's. All right, so I got 1 SR, 1 SR. BRs, I got 1, 2. Over here I only got 1. Oh, I need another one of this guy. N and 4 H's. And a BR. Okay. All right, that gets me my 2 BRs. Now N's, 1, 2, 1, 2. Skip the H's. C's, I got 1 C, 1 C. All right, now we'll go back and do the H's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's even. O's, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's my answer. So that's 1, leave it blank. 1, leave it blank. 1, 2, put a 2. 1, leave it blank, and there's the answer. That's how you do a double replacement reaction. All right, with that, we're going to see you next time. Have a great day.